Okay, let's see. Get my act together here for a second. What's up there, Scott? What's happening? Trying to do something. Okay, doke. Okay, doke. Finally got one of those gadgets that hold your phone. Looks like we might have a pretty decent connection. So let me hurry up and get this job done, this commentary done on this Vizzy. Let's get busy. As always, in the name of our ancestors, peace forever and always. This is the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I'm the host, the mighty one, Angel Snub 7. I'm also your soul brother, number one. Yeah, I finally got one of those little gadgets that hold your telephone. Makes things a lot easier, believe it. So what we want to talk about real quick, very short video. What I want to talk about, the topic that I've chosen is a child's greatest gift, a soul child, a young black child's greatest gift is the Mississippi campaign. I'm going to tell you why. Now, everybody that comes up with an idea, anyone who comes up with a strategy, a plan, of course, in their mind, it's the greatest thing that ever happened in life. This is what we should do. It's great. It's fantastic. You feel good about yourself. Look what I come up with. It's wonderful. I have people all the time. Mind you, nobody ever wants to help me do nothing. Nobody never wants to help me do nothing. But folks always come to me because they feel as though their idea is incredible, that their idea is fantastic, and so forth. Some of us hold on to old ideas. We want to try to remake the Nation of Islam. We want to remake the Black Panther Party. We want to remake Marcus Garvey. You know, we want to go back into the past and redo stuff. That's fine. Mind you, none of that stuff worked. Marcus Garvey was a failure. I'm sorry. Malcolm X was a failure. Elijah Muhammad was a failure. Dr. King, the Black Panther Party. That's the reality of it. Had a little success, but they failed. And you don't even know, really, you really don't even know why they failed, because if you knew if you knew why they failed, you were trying to do that which clearly is a fail. Now, what you would do to justify trying to redo failure is you would say, well, the government, the agents and the spies did this and the government did that. That's your reason for doing something that clearly failed. Well, it failed. Now, if that's the reason, then you need to get rid of the spies and the infiltrators and the agent provocateurs, whatever you say the problem is. And maybe you might be successful, but clearly you're still not successful in getting rid of that. There's something wrong, and you don't want to accept that there's something wrong here. That's right, Brother Scott. It's time for a change. You did not live during the time of Marcus Garvey or Malcolm or Sojourner Truth or Nat Turner. That was good, and that was the best they could do at that time for themselves. This is your time, and you should be doing your thing. You should learn from those who came before us, but whatever we put on the ground should be ours. So the next generation, if we fail, they'll say, well, we don't want to do what they done because that's a failure. So they can continue to be creative in their mind, develop their vision, so that one day they can be successful where all of us fail. At the rate that we're going right now, we are destined for failure with a smile on our face. Black power, we'll say black power, and all this stuff that we love all the way to the grave, but you're going to go down into your grave as a failure. So again, everybody that comes with an idea or a concept, things of this nature, you're confident in that and you love it. And that's great. That's wonderful. But perhaps, maybe I'm arrogant. Maybe I'm wrong. If I'm incorrect, please correct me. Because I never tell you. No matter if you want to try to copy Marcus Garvey, you want to try to copy what Elijah Muhammad done, whoever you want to copy, or these, well, actually, none of the ideas that you have is really new. And they fail. I mean, time has shown that it's a failure. But if you want to keep doing it, I never tell you don't try. I never discourage you. I'm just telling you that they've been tried before and they failed. But I mean, if you want to keep trying, if you want to keep trying to put a square peg in a round hole, I mean, really, technically, that's what you call insanity. But I mean, if you want to keep doing it, I never said, I mean, keep trying. Don't ask me to help you. And maybe I shouldn't be that way, but I'm not into failure. I want success. I want to be a winner. That's what I want. I want success. I want to be a winner. So we have those who say we need generational wealth. You have those who say we need to build our own nation. You have those who say we need a business. We need education. We need blah, blah, goes on and on and on. And when they bring it to me, there's nothing wrong with seeking generational wealth and building your own nation and a business and a African-centered school and so forth. I never tell you that there's something wrong with it. Brother Scott said, black power don't keep my lights on. Maybe that's because it don't have any power. But look, what I'm telling you is that all these things that you are attempting to do is not good enough. That's what I'm saying to you. It's not good enough. Wonderful, and you will have some kind of success, but it's not good enough. It's not big enough. If me and my boys, if we get to the point where we say, look, dude, we're not making it, we're going to have to commit a crime. Now, we can go around, now we can choose to do petty crime. Don't you know that petty crime, you can end up getting, you can end up getting the same type of time for a petty crime that you would a large crime on a large scale. And the only thing you're going to get from a petty crime is petty dollars, a little chump change. So wouldn't it be more wiser if you're going to do that, you're going to spend that type of energy, wouldn't it be more wiser to concentrate on the big one? Because if you concentrate on the big crime, there's going to be a big payoff for the same amount of energy. That's where I'm trying to go there with you here. All these little things that we're doing, the effort that you're getting, you're not getting nothing in return. You should want to do something big and get a big payoff. Those little things that you're doing sound good. Like I say, you will get a little benefit from it. But the energy that you're using, you can get something much, much bigger. Don't you know that if you are a duck hunter, you would rather get 3 ducks with 1 bullet than 1 duck? I've never seen that happen before. I'm just talking. But I'm pretty sure a duck hunter would be so happy if he could shoot 3 ducks with 1 bullet. That duck hunter would be really, really happy. So this is what I'm saying to you, is that the energy that everybody's using on YouTube, social media, grassroots, all this stuff that we're doing, all this little tiny stuff that we're doing is not going to equate to nothing. Don't get angry at me, because your condition shows all your effort is resulting in little production. It's not resulting in too much of nothing. It's not my fault. I mean, you see it. So wouldn't it be wiser to use your energy to get a bigger return? Just like your money. You wouldn't put your money in a bank that pays 1.5% interest, and then you can put your money in a bank that pays 5.5% interest. You're going to choose the bank that will pay you 5.5% interest on the money that you're investing. Oh, wow, this stupid car just, man, these people right in front of me. Wow. Folks do not care about their lives. They They like to gamble their lives around. I just don't. This is amazing. I see it all the time. People gamble their lives for little or nothing. But back to the video before I have technical difficulties, because you know it's gonna happen. So it's about a bigger payoff. But the reason why we can't do this is because you can't stand Angel Snub Nub 7. You hate your brothers and sisters. Now you talk about how much you love black folks, but you can't work with black people. That's why everybody's doing these little tiny things, because you don't want to compromise, and you don't want to do what's necessary for what is in the best interest of the whole. So y'all always going to be small timers. You're always going to be what they say. You can't get with the big boys. You can't get with the you small change, little fish, because you don't want to do, and apparently you can't do what's necessary in order to put yourself in the big leagues. So the topic that I've chosen is a child's greatest gift is the Mississippi campaign. Why do I say that? I say that because of the big payoff of what that child is going to get. You could do an African-centered school. You could do your businesses. You can do all this little stuff that y'all talking about. But when you compare it to what you would get if you were able to pull off a Mississippi campaign, the Mississippi campaign is bigger than an African-centered school. Matter of fact, you will be able to control a public school system. It's bigger than your businesses, because the Mississippi campaign is not a business, but it's businesses. You control the licensing process. You can control the loans within the state. You do all that. Whatever you got, all these people, whatever they got, the Mississippi campaign is quadruple the payoff. You talk about generational wealth. You are going to leave behind for your children the wealth and the power and the benefits of an entire state, much greater than individual generational wealth. There's nothing that these people present, with all due respect, is a bigger payoff than the Mississippi campaign. Now, there are those who want to build a black nation. Now that's a big payoff. Problem is, if you cannot take control of a state, and if you cannot take control of a state, take a state like Mississippi that is a poverty-stricken state and turn it into a successful, very rich state, then how are you going to build your own nation? If you cannot take control of a state that is already functioning, how are you going to build a state, all black nation, from scratch? How are you going? You have never controlled a town or a city. Well, actually we have. We've controlled a town, but that was in the past. We don't do that we don't do that anymore. You don't control no city or your neighborhoods or nothing, but you're gonna build a nation. How long is it gonna take for y'all to do that? We still waiting. The Nation of Islam say that we need to separate and build our own nation. I'm glad you brought that up, Scott, because I want to answer this question again for some of these idiots. You do not have to that we want to do. The only thing you want to do is use all our resources to make that state where it is a place that you will want to move. You don't have you don't have to. We're taking the resources of the 40 to 70 million in this nation. You focus it on this once that heart starts to pump and that blood gets to flowing from that heart, it pumps blood to the rest of the body, which brings nourishment, vitamins to the rest of the body. So when you make that state strong, you make it strong, it will help support you in California, support you in New Jersey. So we're having technical difficulties, no buffering or whatsoever. So pretty soon, we go from Mississippi to Alabama, Tennessee. We're going to need more space. We're going to need more. We start to branch out. But the main thing is we need unity. Without unity, this cannot happen. And the only way it can truly be successful is that we have to change our mindset. This is not going to work. The Mississippi campaign cannot work if our mindset is still that like we have right now. Selfish, arrogant, fussing and fighting over ideology and religion and all this nonsense. We have to change. The weed smoking, the drinking, yes, it has an effect. This is not about, you have to become a different people because you're entering something that is really new. And your scriptures, those of you in religion, tells you that this is about the new, and the former things shall pass away. So all those things in our former lives, you got to let it go. We are forging forward to something new. So it's good that many of you don't understand and don't support a Mississippi campaign, because the only thing you would do is mess everything up. You don't have the right mentality. You are of the old. And what you're doing here, you're creating a brand new reality, not only for us as soul brothers and sisters, but we are to become an example for the whole world. In the condition that you're in right now, you're not an example for nobody. Because just like the prophet of doom always said, you act like a nigger, you think like niggas, you think like slaves. Be just like the rest of the suckers that have been here. I want to be permanent. I want to be successful. I want to be like y'all say in religion. I want to be God. Because only a God can pull this off. Negroes can't do this. Somebody who just wanted to build a school and a business and get generational wealth, I want to change the life of the human being, period. Not just be liberated. I want to change life as we know it. Just like that's what the Peckerwood done. They changed life for the human being on this planet as they knew it. And now I want to change life. But not because I'm greedy, not because I'm selfish, not because my melanin is superior, because I want what is good not only for us, but what is in the best interest for the human being, for what is in the best interest for all life on this planet. And I don't know nothing about planet X. I don't know nothing about planet yeah, so that's the goal. The goal is far bigger than y'all. A lot of you can't even comprehend, can't even imagine. Because the only thing you know how to do, even comprehend, can't even imagine. Because the only thing you know how to do is that black power. The only thing you want to do is become the opposite of your oppressor. I'm beyond your oppressor. I'm looking at a world to comprehend. You can't even imagine because you stuck trying to be the opposite of your oppressor. But you're the opposite of your oppressor, but you're the same as your oppressor. Your idea of success is material things. How much money you have, your clothes, your houses, and all this other nonsense. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing when you're dead. None of it means nothing when you're dead. None of it means nothing when you're dead. I'm concentrating on the value of life. In this world, it's all about dead things. Houses is dead. Diamonds is dead. All these things we do, land, all this stuff don't have no life. I'm concentrating on that which gives us life. How can it be the life-giving teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, but your success is based on material things, that which is not alive? What life can that which is dead, the non-living, give to that which is alive? It can't. So we're looking at a brand new world, a new reality, a changing of the guard. But it's a changing of the guard for the better. So there is no greater gift that you can give a child. Formation of heaven on earth. It's not just a state. It's not just building your own nation. You're changing the reality of life on this planet as you know it. I can't even see your comment, L'Oreal. Let me take this thing down because I want to read your comment. But really, that's all I had to say on the issue. I mean, y'all can do whatever you want to do. Like I said, I don't even care. I do not even care. Do what you want to do. Scott said they waiting on the next Jay-Z album. Yeah, right. Let me see if I can go back and see what my. Okay, L'Oreal said we as a people have been caught up in the how instead if the future due to our short time on earth. Yeah, absolutely. See, you have to have vision. A slave don't have vision. Only a free mind has vision. I can't even describe what I really see going on in my mind because it's a place I won't even be able to see. I can only envision. I'm not talking about Wakanda. I'm not talking about Wakanda. It's a place, man, I can't even hardly describe. The only thing, but we need to concentrate on the now and see, living in the now begins that process. And we are in a position to be the greatest generation ever produced, or we are in the position to be the biggest losers our people have ever produced. Right now, it looks like we are going to be the biggest losers our people have ever produced. I was telling some young children, if you survive, if things go bad, which I expect things to go very bad, I expect to be dead myself. I told some young children, if you survive, you need to write all of us out of your history. Forget, because we failed you. The reason why you suffered, or the reason why you are now picking cotton again, like our ancestors done, is because we failed you. We failed to take the correct action. You should never remember us. Don't talk about your grandmothers and great-grand. They failed you. That's why you back on the, that's why you're picking cotton and sugar cane. That's why you're getting your ass whooped and somebody telling you your name is Toby, because we failed you. If you had that sanctuary state,